Did you know some people believe Sigma females only date men at the end of their menstrual cycle? Like not at the beginning? Sounds kinda wild, right? Well, today we're diving deep into that idea, and why it's way more than just a rumor. So, what even is a Sigma female? She's that rare, independent spirit, someone who's totally self-reliant, marches to her own beat, and doesn't need anyone's approval to shine. Sigma females don't play by the usual dating rules. They've got their own vibe, their own pace, and honestly, their own standards. But when it comes to relationships, especially timing, well, there's this fascinating theory about why Sigma women might prefer meeting men toward the end of their cycle. Let's unpack that. Here's the thing. Sigma females often get misunderstood. People throw around stereotypes like, she's too aloof, or she only dates on her terms. And then there's this whole chatter about their cycle timing influencing who they're attracted to. But why the confusion? Why do folks think Sigma females are wired to connect with men at a very specific moment? It's not just biology. There's psychology, social stuff, and a lot of personal power mixed in. So how much truth is there, and how much is just noise? All right, let's break down 8 reasons why this idea even exists. 1. Biological rhythms. Biological rhythms play a huge role in how we feel, think, and even who we're attracted to, especially for Sigma females. See, throughout the menstrual cycle, hormone levels rise and fall in a pretty predictable way, but these shifts can have a powerful impact on mood, energy, and attraction. Early in the cycle, when estrogen levels start to climb, Sigma females might feel energized, focused, and ready to take on the world, but their attraction tends to be less about deep connection and more about self-growth or personal goals. As the cycle moves toward the middle, around ovulation, hormones peak, and many women generally feel their most confident and outgoing. It's often said that this is when women, including Sigma females, might feel a stronger pull toward social interaction and even flirtation. But here's the twist. For Sigma females, who value independence and meaningful connections, this peak time might not be when they're looking to dive into relationships or dating. Instead, it's toward the end of the cycle, as hormone levels start to drop and progesterone rises, that things get really interesting. At this stage, the body's calming hormones increase, and Sigma females might find themselves more in tune with subtle energy shifts around them. They become more sensitive to the vibes and energy of others, which can make the idea of meeting someone feel more natural and authentic, not just surface level. Some research even suggests that women's attraction can shift depending on where they are in their cycle, with preferences changing from more dominant or alpha traits mid-cycle to qualities that feel safer, more stable, and nurturing toward the end. Sigma females, who are all about deep connection without losing their sense of self, might feel this pull more keenly at this phase. It's like their inner biological rhythm is syncing with their desire for connection that feels real, not just casual or fleeting. This is why the theory that Sigma females date men at the end of their cycle makes sense on a biological level. It's when their bodies and minds are naturally tuned to seek out meaningful, balanced energy. Plus, as hormones settle, Sigma females often experience a clearer mind and more grounded feelings, making it easier to spot who really aligns with their unique lifestyle and values. So, it's not just about timing for the sake of biology, but about how their whole system, body and mind, harmonizes to guide them toward relationships that respect their independence and power. In a world full of noise and pressure, this biological rhythm gives Sigma females a kind of secret advantage. They're naturally set up to connect when it feels most authentic, not just when it's convenient or expected. So yeah, hormones are definitely doing their thing, but it's the way Sigma females listen and respond to those shifts that truly sets them apart. Quick pause. If you're vibing with this so far, hit that like button. And hey, drop a comment if you've noticed these shifts in yourself or others. Let's chat. 2. Emotional clarity. Emotional clarity is something that naturally comes around the end of a woman's menstrual cycle, and for Sigma females, this is especially important. Throughout the cycle, emotions can be all over the place, highs and lows, bursts of energy, moments of uncertainty. But as the cycle winds down, there's often a sense of calm and balance settling in. For a Sigma female who highly values control, independence and self-mastery, this emotional calm is like a breath of fresh air. It's that moment when the noise inside quiets and she can see her feelings clearly without being overwhelmed or distracted. This clarity gives her the space to assess her relationships and connections in a way that's honest and intentional. Instead of reacting impulsively or based on fleeting feelings, she can tune in deeply and decide what really matters to her. Because Sigma females don't just jump into relationships lightly, they want authenticity and respect on their own terms. This phase of emotional steadiness means she's not chasing validation or external approval, but is open to genuine connection that aligns with her values. When emotions settle, she can distinguish between what's surface-level attraction and what feels meaningful. It's like having a clear lens to view potential partners, allowing her to spot who truly complements her strength and independence. She's not willing to sacrifice her sense of self or freedom for anything less than real. This emotional clarity also helps her set boundaries firmly yet gracefully, ensuring she only engages with people who respect her space and autonomy. During this time, she feels empowered to express her needs honestly and expects the same in return. Because the calm at the cycle's end isn't about shutting down emotionally, it's about understanding and owning those emotions fully. Sigma females use this time to reflect, recharge, and get clear on what kind of energy they want in their lives. It's a moment of self-awareness that guides their dating choices, making them more selective and intentional. So, this calm phase creates the perfect environment for a Sigma female to be open without losing control. She's present, but always on her terms. It's not about lowering her guard, but about raising her standards. When emotions are steady, she can connect deeply without feeling vulnerable in a way that compromises her independence. This emotional clarity becomes a superpower, a way to navigate relationships thoughtfully rather than reactively. And because Sigma females prize their freedom and personal growth, this calm time at the cycle's end is when they're most ready to explore connections that support both. It's that sweet spot where vulnerability meets strength, allowing her to invite someone in without losing herself. In a world that often pressures women to be on emotionally all the time, this phase reminds Sigma females that it's okay to take time, to pause, and to choose connection deliberately. It's about owning every feeling without letting it control her, creating space for relationships that feel truly balanced and empowering. So, emotional clarity isn't just a biological phase. It's a moment of empowerment for Sigma females, a time when their natural desire for independence meets their authentic openness to connection. This clarity at the end of the cycle sets the stage for relationships that are not only real but also respect the power and freedom that define a Sigma female. 3. Self-awareness boost. Self-awareness gets a major boost toward the end of the menstrual cycle, and for Sigma females, this shift is game-changing. This phase often comes with heightened intuition, that deep inner knowing that doesn't need explanation, but just is. Sigma women are famous for trusting their gut instincts, and during this time, their intuition sharpens even more. It's like their internal compass gets recalibrated, guiding them to make decisions that truly align with who they are at their core. When it comes to dating, this boost in self-awareness means that Sigma females feel more connected to their authentic desires and boundaries. Instead of second-guessing or getting caught up in outside opinions, they listen closely to what their inner voice is telling them. This feels natural and effortless because Sigma women have always operated from a place of inner strength and independence. The timing of their dating choices during this heightened self-awareness phase isn't random, it's deeply intentional. They don't rush into anything because they have to. They move when their gut says it's right. This instinctual approach means they're less likely to settle or be swayed by external pressure. They honor their feelings and intuition as the most reliable guide. This self-awareness also means Sigma females can clearly recognize red flags or energy that doesn't vibe with their lifestyle and values. Their intuition helps them see through surface-level charm or distractions, so they focus only on connections that truly matter. This phase is like an internal power-up, sharpening their perception and strengthening their confidence to say yes or no without hesitation. For Sigma women, this isn't just about dating, it's about living in full alignment with their personal truth. Their heightened intuition at this time reflects their overall approach to life. Thoughtful, self-reliant, and tuned in to their own needs above all else. It's what allows them to create meaningful, authentic relationships without losing themselves. This self-awareness boost also means that Sigma females are more patient and selective during this phase. They don't feel the pressure to jump into something just because it's available or socially expected. Instead, they wait for that moment when everything clicks, when their gut says yes and their mind agrees. It's this rare combination of instinct and clarity that makes their dating choices feel natural and effortless. They trust that their intuition will lead them to the right people at the right time. And because Sigma females value their freedom and independence so much, this boost in self-awareness helps them maintain those boundaries while still being open to connection. It's a perfect balance between vulnerability and strength, guided by a deep inner knowing. So this phase of heightened intuition isn't just some random biological quirk. It's a key part of how Sigma females navigate relationships with power and grace. They're not just reacting, they're consciously choosing based on the wisdom of their inner self. This self-awareness boost lets them stay true to who they are, ensuring that their dating journey feels authentic and empowering every step of the way. All right, don't forget to subscribe if you want more deep dives like this. And tell me below, how do you handle emotional clarity in your own relationships? Reduced social pressure. Reduced social pressure at the end of the menstrual cycle is a big deal, especially for Sigma females who value authenticity above all else. Throughout the cycle, women often feel varying degrees of external and internal pressure to act, feel, or behave a certain way, to fit into expectations society sets, or even those they set for themselves. But as the cycle winds down, many experience a kind of relief from that pressure. For Sigma females, who absolutely hate feeling forced or boxed in, this reduction in social and self-imposed pressure creates the perfect environment to truly be themselves. Sigma women aren't about pretending or playing roles just to fit in or meet others' expectations. They crave realness, a chance to engage only when it feels genuine and natural, never when it's pushed or artificial. At the end of the cycle, with less pressure to perform emotionally, socially, or romantically, Sigma females feel freer to connect on their own terms. This phase gives them space to drop the masks or walls that the world might expect them to wear. It's when they can breathe, show up as their true selves, and attract relationships that honor their individuality. Because society often expects women to be a certain way at certain times, bubbly, agreeable, or always on, these expectations can feel draining and misaligned with a Sigma female's core nature. When that pressure eases, it's like a breath of fresh air. They can focus on what they want, rather than what's expected of them. This freedom from pressure also means Sigma females don't feel the need to rush or compromise in dating. They engage only when it feels right, not because there's a timeline or anyone else's agenda. This is key for their self-respect and emotional health. They're not interested in dating just to check a box or meet societal milestones. Instead, they wait for the connection that aligns with their values and lifestyle. The absence of pressure at the cycle's end gives Sigma females the confidence to say no to anything that doesn't feel authentic or empowering. It's a powerful moment when they reclaim control over their social and romantic lives, refusing to conform just to fit in. This space also encourages deeper self-reflection and clarity. Sigma females can evaluate their feelings and relationships without distraction or noise from external demands. It's when they tune in to their true desires, free from the weight of social expectations. This freedom is crucial because Sigma females are wired to lead their own path, not follow the crowd. Reduced pressure means they can maintain that independence while still being open to meaningful connection. It's a balance between being fiercely self-reliant and genuinely open. And this phase of the cycle creates the perfect conditions for that balance to thrive. In a world that constantly tells women how they should act or feel, the relief from pressure at the cycle's end is a sanctuary for Sigma females. It reminds them that they don't have to perform or pretend to be someone they're not. Instead, they can engage authentically on their own timeline and with their unique power fully intact. So, reduced social pressure isn't just about feeling less stressed. It's about creating a space where Sigma females can truly show up as themselves and connect with others who appreciate that realness. It's a natural reset that empowers them to honor their independence while embracing connection that feels genuine and freeing. This phase proves that when Sigma females engage without pressure, they bring their full, authentic selves, and that's when the magic really happens. 5. Energy alignment. Energy alignment is a big deal for Sigma females because they thrive when their personal vibes sync up perfectly with the people around them. These women aren't just about words or surface-level connections. They feel energy on a deep, almost instinctual level. They pick up on subtle shifts in mood, intention, and presence that others might miss. Toward the end of the menstrual cycle, something pretty special happens with their energy. Their own personal rhythm starts to settle and slow down, creating this natural flow that can align better with certain masculine energies. This isn't about forcing anything or trying to fit into a mold. It's about authentic resonance. Sigma females naturally seek out energy that matches their own unique frequency. When their cycle moves toward its close, their grounded, calm energy feels more open to syncing with men who radiate stability, strength, and respect for independence. It's a phase where both energies, female and male, can find a kind of harmony that supports connection without losing individuality. This alignment feels effortless and natural because Sigma females can sense when someone's energy truly complements theirs. They don't waste time on vibes that feel off or draining. Instead, their energy during this phase creates a magnetic pull toward men whose presence feels balanced and empowering rather than controlling or chaotic. This energy sync is what makes dating feel less like a game or a struggle and more like a meaningful exchange of authentic vibes. For Sigma females, this isn't just about attraction. It's about finding a partner whose energy respects their freedom and who can match their calm confidence. Because Sigma females operate on a wavelength that values quiet strength and deep self-awareness, the end of their cycle is the perfect time for their energy to meet that of a man who's equally grounded and self-assured. This phase acts like a natural filter, making it easier to recognize and attract masculine energy that supports growth, trust, and mutual respect. Energy alignment also means that Sigma females don't feel the need to change or adapt their vibe to please someone else. Instead, they shine their true light and wait for the right energy to reflect back. This creates connections that feel balanced and authentic rather than forced or one-sided. The timing here is key. Toward the cycle's end, Sigma females are in tune with their own rhythm and can better judge when a man's energy syncs with theirs. It's almost like their bodies and minds send signals saying, "This feels right," or "Keep looking." This heightened sensitivity to energy helps them avoid distractions and focus on what truly matters, relationships built on respect and shared values. In a world full of noisy signals and mismatched vibes, this energy alignment phase is a powerful advantage. It allows Sigma females to connect on a level beyond words, feeling deeply whether someone's energy matches theirs before investing emotionally. This phase isn't just biological, it's a spiritual and emotional tuning that empowers Sigma females to create relationships that support their independence and growth. So, energy alignment toward the cycle's close isn't random. It's a natural part of how Sigma females navigate connection with intention and clarity. They don't settle, they wait for that perfect sync, where energies flow freely and authentically. This is the magic of Sigma females, knowing when to engage, recognizing the right energy, and building powerful connections that honor their unique spirit. 6. Risk assessment. Risk assessment is a natural skill that Sigma females excel at, and it becomes even sharper toward the end of their menstrual cycle. These women are not just spontaneous or impulsive, they are smart evaluators who carefully weigh their options, especially when it comes to relationships and dating. Near the cycle's end, their caution increases, which isn't about fear or hesitation, but about making thoughtful, intentional choices. This heightened sense of caution means they're less interested in rushing into connections or accumulating dates for the sake of numbers. Instead, they focus on quality, scanning for partners who truly align with their values, lifestyle, and independent nature. Sigma females have high standards and aren't willing to settle for anything less than what fits their unique needs. This phase of the cycle supports their natural ability to assess risks because their mind is clearer, emotions are balanced, and intuition is finely tuned. With these tools in hand, they're able to evaluate potential partners more objectively and thoroughly. They look beyond surface-level traits and dig deeper into character, intentions, and compatibility. Their goal isn't just to avoid bad matches, but to actively seek out connections that foster growth, respect, and mutual empowerment. This careful risk assessment protects their emotional energy and personal freedom, which they fiercely guard. Sigma females understand that every choice in relationships carries potential consequences, so they don't take these decisions lightly. The increased caution near cycle's end also helps them set firm boundaries without feeling guilty or pressured. They know when to say no, and they do so confidently because their evaluation process is thorough and informed. This thoughtful approach allows Sigma females to navigate the dating world with wisdom rather than trial and error. They save time and emotional resources by focusing on what truly matters rather than getting caught up in fleeting encounters. Risk assessment during this phase also means Sigma females are better at reading between the lines. They can sense inconsistencies, hidden motives, or energy that doesn't match words. This skill keeps them from falling into traps or distractions, maintaining their path toward authentic connections. It's not about skepticism, but smart discernment. A way to honor their independence while still being open to love and companionship. By focusing on quality over quantity, Sigma females cultivate relationships that are meaningful, balanced, and supportive of their goals. This strategic approach makes their connections stronger and more fulfilling, creating a solid foundation built on trust and understanding. In a world where dating often feels like a numbers game, Sigma females reject the pressure to play along. Their risk assessment near the cycle's end empowers them to stay true to themselves and their standards. They trust their judgment and take control of their dating journey with clarity and confidence. This phase is a reminder that for Sigma females, love and connection aren't about speed or volume. They're about finding the right fit at the right time and with the right energy. Risk assessment is more than just caution. It's a powerful tool that protects their heart and preserves their unique spirit. It allows them to move forward wisely, embracing connections that enhance their lives instead of complicating them. So, near the cycle's close, Sigma females shine as master evaluators, navigating love with intention, strength, and clarity that truly sets them apart. Before we move on, smash that like if this is making sense to you, and comment Sigma vibes if you trust your gut like a boss. I want to hear your stories. 7. Psychological readiness. Psychological readiness is a crucial state that Sigma females often experience toward the end of their menstrual cycle, and it plays a major role in how they approach relationships. When their mind is calm and balanced, they can truly tune in to what matters most without getting caught up in distractions or external noise. For Sigma females who value clarity and authenticity, this mental calmness means they have the space to really evaluate whether a man fits into their unique lifestyle. They don't settle for surface-level charm or social expectations. Instead, they seek real talk and genuine compatibility. This phase is like a mental reset, allowing them to step back from emotional turbulence and see things as they are. With their thoughts clear, Sigma females can analyze if a potential partner respects their independence, shares their values, and understands their need for freedom and self-expression. This psychological readiness helps them avoid getting swept away by fleeting emotions or pressures to conform. It's about making conscious, deliberate choices rather than reacting impulsively. When the mind is calm, Sigma females feel empowered to ask the hard questions and listen to honest answers without bias. They can also identify red flags or mismatches more easily because they're not clouded by confusion or doubt. This clarity supports their desire to build relationships that enhance their life rather than complicate it. Sigma females don't want drama or codependency. They want connections that complement their strength and support their personal growth. This psychological readiness makes them excellent at discerning whether a man's energy truly aligns with their own, whether his lifestyle can mesh with theirs, and whether his intentions are sincere. They're not looking for just anyone. They're looking for the right one. This phase also brings a sense of emotional stability that allows Sigma females to communicate openly and honestly. Without distractions or emotional upheaval, they can express their needs and boundaries clearly, fostering mutual understanding. Their calm mind encourages a deeper level of connection that's based on truth, respect, and shared vision rather than superficial attraction. Psychological readiness also means Sigma females can move forward with confidence. They trust their judgment because their mind isn't clouded by anxiety or confusion. This confidence helps them navigate dating with purpose and integrity. It's a time when they're fully present, fully themselves, and fully aware of what they want and deserve. This readiness doesn't come from a place of pressure or urgency, but from inner peace and self-assurance. It empowers Sigma females to make decisions that honor their individuality while opening the door to meaningful relationships. In a world where distractions and mixed signals are everywhere, this mental clarity is a powerful advantage. It helps Sigma females cut through the noise and focus on what truly matters: real talk, real connection, and real compatibility. This phase at the cycle's end isn't just biological. It's a mental and emotional gift that supports their unique approach to love and relationships. Psychological readiness lets them engage with potential partners honestly and intentionally, ensuring that every step forward feels right and true. So, when the mind is calm, Sigma females aren't just looking for company. They're seeking a match that fits their life, respects their space, and shares their vision. It's about connection without compromise, clarity without confusion, and love without losing themselves. 8. Social freedom. Social freedom is a powerful experience that Sigma females often enjoy toward the end of their menstrual cycle, and it profoundly shapes how they approach dating and relationships. At this stage, they become less influenced by the constant external noise, the opinions, expectations, and pressures from society, friends, or even social media that can otherwise cloud their judgment. Instead, they shift their focus inward, tuning deeply into their own needs, desires, and boundaries. This internal clarity allows Sigma females to make dating choices purely because they want to, not because anyone else expects them to, or because of social conventions. For Sigma females, this freedom from outside influence is essential. It means they can honor their individuality without compromise and engage with the dating world on their own terms. They aren't chasing trends or trying to fit into someone else's idea of what a relationship should look like. Instead, they trust themselves to know what truly serves their growth and happiness. This social freedom is liberating because it removes the pressure to conform or seek approval from others. Sigma females don't feel the need to justify their choices or explain their timing. When they decide to date, it's a conscious, self-directed decision born from personal readiness and genuine interest rather than obligation. This mindset creates space for authentic connections that resonate with their unique spirit. Since Sigma females deeply value independence, being free from external noise empowers them to keep that independence intact while still being open to meaningful relationships. They can fully embrace dating as an opportunity to explore connection without sacrificing who they are or what they need. Social freedom at this phase also means that Sigma females are less likely to be swayed by societal timelines or pressures to be in a relationship by a certain age or stage in life. They reject the idea that they have to settle down or follow the crowd to be successful or happy. Instead, they chart their own course, letting their heart and mind lead the way. This autonomy encourages them to engage with partners who respect their freedom and understand their values. They seek relationships built on mutual respect, where both individuals maintain their own identity and space. The less external influence there is, the clearer Sigma females become about what they want and deserve. This clarity helps them avoid unhealthy dynamics or connections that don't support their growth. Instead, they focus on quality relationships that honor their need for authenticity and self-expression. Social freedom also strengthens their confidence in navigating the dating world. Because they aren't relying on external validation, they stand firm in their decisions, whether that means pursuing a relationship or choosing to remain single. This confidence is magnetic, attracting partners who appreciate their strength and individuality. In a society full of noise and expectations, this social freedom is a rare gift that Sigma females embrace wholeheartedly. It allows them to live and love on their own terms, free from judgment or pressure. They date because they want to, not because they have to. This freedom creates the perfect environment for genuine, empowered connections that reflect their true selves. So, at this point in their cycle, Sigma females shine brightest, fully in tune with their own needs and desires, engaging with the world and relationships in a way that feels true, strong, and beautifully independent. Now, here's where it really gets interesting. Experts have studied patterns around attraction and behavior during the menstrual cycle, and yes, there's some science that backs up changes in how women might feel or who they're drawn to at different times. But here's the thing. It's far from being a hard, fast rule that applies to every Sigma female or every woman for that matter. Sigma females are beautifully complex individuals with layers that no simple formula can capture. Their timing, their attraction, and how they decide to engage with others don't fit neatly into one-size-fits-all boxes. It's less about a strict when, like a set moment in the cycle, and way more about how they show up in their relationships and connections. Sigma females approach life and love thoughtfully, with power and purpose, and always with their authenticity shining through. They don't follow rigid schedules or societal expectations. Instead, they tune into their inner compass, that deep, personal sense of what feels right, what aligns with their core, and what supports their unique journey. So whether it happens to be the end of a cycle or any other time in their life, Sigma women move based on their own timing, not the clock, not the calendar, but their own inner rhythm. And honestly, that's where the real magic lives. When you live from that place of authentic self-guidance, you attract relationships that are genuine, meaningful, and respectful of your independence and strength. This ability to trust themselves and act accordingly is what sets Sigma females apart. It's their secret power. They don't just fit into patterns, they break them and rewrite the rules on their own terms. So let's take a moment to recap everything. Sigma females are truly one of a kind. Their dating rhythms aren't just about biology or random chance. They're a beautiful blend of biology, intuition, and deep self-empowerment. The myth that Sigma women only meet men at the end of their cycle, it's a fascinating theory for sure, and it captures some interesting ideas about timing and attraction. But the reality is so much richer and more nuanced. Sigma females don't simply follow trends or play by the usual rules of dating. Instead, they create their own paths, their own timing, and their own ways of connecting. They're leaders of their own love lives, crafting experiences that honor who they are at their core. This unique approach makes them unstoppable. They aren't pushed around by societal pressures or timelines. They're driven by their own clarity and inner wisdom. This means their relationships are not just chance encounters. They're conscious choices that fit their powerful, independent spirit. So, if you're a Sigma female watching this, remember, your timing is your own. Your attraction and connection come from a place of truth, strength, and self-respect. Embrace your rhythm, trust your intuition, and keep owning your journey with confidence. That's what makes you extraordinary. And for everyone else, understanding this complexity can help appreciate just how special Sigma females really are. They're not just different, they're leaders, trailblazers, and creators of their own love stories.